Hey everyone, this is Tom from MonTac here. We're doing the first episode of the Weekly MonTac Matchup, and today I have Shadow Galaxy Wolf here with me. Top 3 player, at least top 5, known for her Terosian deck, and she's actually going to be taking on Apocalyptic this weekend, and we're going to be looking at a bunch of the matchups that have been already confirmed, and she's going to be giving her thoughts, and basically we're going to be doing a little bit of analysis on each match. So, how you doing, Shadow?
Good.
Doing good? That's good.
Thanks.
All right, so let's get into this first match. So you got a couple people, you'll know the first person. We've got Crowler here taking on Dan B. First match of the weekend, definitely very interesting. We've got Dan B. I personally have had a couple practices with him, and he's actually reminding me a lot of a starting off potato with the ability that he has. He's actually done a lot of research into his cards. I definitely particularly see him entering top 8 very soon. You've definitely had your experience with Crowler. What do you think of him as a player?
Crowler is definitely a good opponent to go against. He's got interesting plays, and I believe that this match is going to be quite interesting to watch. Although I've never actually versed Dan B. By what you're saying, it seems like he's going to be a tough opponent, especially if he enters the top 8.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely going to be a very interesting match, but that is one of the lower ranked matches. So let's get on to the next match, ladder match 2. We have Tamoose. Now, making his debut in top 8, Tamoose has battled his way up from, I believe, 19th rank in the previous season, and now he's going to be taking on Charging Badger, who in his champion interview, Charging Badger named Tamoose as one of the up-and-comers he definitely could see competing in the top 5 very soon. So this is kind of a master versus student situation here, both using Sky Soldiers, Tamoose using a little bit of a variant with his bandits included. From your experience with Charging Badger, how do you think this match is going to go?
Well, if it's basically Charging Badger, as experience with him is also very, very interesting opponent to go against. Like, you never know what exactly to expect out of him. It's just basically well-versed, and you don't know exactly what's going to happen until it's come to the end.
Yeah.
And basically, if he's named this person as one of the top beginners, and like you said, teacher versus student here, I can see this going to be rather ending in a tie or maybe a slim win to one of them. Yeah. And it is impressive that Tamouse has just come up so fast from where he was originally.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, he's got a better record than Badger. So, I mean, he's also done a little bit of... He had a match with Rich Potato the other day, and while he wasn't successful in getting the win there, I mean, obviously it was just a casual match, there's definitely got to be a lot of experience he must have gained from that, so I'm very excited to see how he's going to go. But then again, that's all these matches, the winners are going to be making top 8. So you're looking at all the people that could be rising up near you very soon. Let's get on to another match. Probably our lowest ranked match for the weekend, but still a very interesting one. We've got Tailsweet taking on Fury Card at Battle Zone. Now, I don't know if you've had much experience with Fury Card, but I know you've taken on Tailsweet, I think at least once. These guys have both been around They came in about the same time you did, so... it's definitely very interesting to see if they're going, how that matchup's going to go. They're both confirmed as well, so that should be very interesting. Especially with Fury Card being from Nigeria, it's definitely going to be, if he does get the win, he does make top 8, and that's your first African player hitting top 8. So that could be very exciting. But let's get on to the next match. This one, I think you're definitely going to have a very strong opinion on. We've got 2 people you know very, very well. Squishy taking on Doozy. Now, Squishy's actually lower ranked than Doozy in this matchup with a worse record. Very interesting. Doozy currently representing Asia. He's in the top 5. First Asian player to reach top 5 as well. What do you think about this matchup? Who do you think's got the leg up? And how do you think, who do you think's going to win, and how do you think they're going to do it?
Well, I think I've versed Doozy more than I have Squishy, but Squishy is definitely a very strong opponent, and I believe that he's going to actually probably take by storm by this. but then again, all the Australian players seem to be able to make their way up even if they fall back. And I believe Doozy is going to be very challenging. But it's like I said with the other match, it's rather going to be a slim win or ending in a tie. But I believe.
Okay.
Unless something goes wrong during this match. So although I have had a lot of experience with these two, I do believe that either one is very capable of winning this match, and I do have strong beliefs in both of them.
Alright, if you had to call one person to win this match. Now here's the thing, even though Doozy is quite new to top 8, Squishy's had a lot of trouble with Angel decks recently. He lost to Zweistein when Zweistein was still using Angels. He's lost to Rich Potato right after that. Now Doozy's coming in with he's got a Bandit Angel deck. At least that's what he used last time, so we could have changed for all we know. But considering this is Squishy's major weakness, it's not out of the question there could be an upset here. But in the event that Squishy does get the win, I think that'll be really important for him to regain that confidence facing Angel players.
Yeah. Now, I do too, especially because Angels seems to be one of the most common in the top 8. I believe so.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Speaking of Angels...
So if he ends...
Yep.
It will be really good if he ends up winning this, because he probably will get that confidence back, which will really help him out when he comes to the top.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of the top, Misfire, the champion now, he's pretty crazy now that he's the champion. He's been around for so long, and now he's finally reached that pinnacle. Will now be taking on another highly dominant opponent in Rich Potato, who just got off that win off Squishy like we were talking about. Both notorious for Angel plays. It's still unsure what Potato might be going for, but the Divine Commander Misfire is pretty known for his Divine cards. This is the title match of the weekend. What are your thoughts? You've played both players. You've played Misfire, and I think you've done practices with Rich Potato, so...
Yeah, I've only done practices with Rich Potato, but honestly, I believe that Misfire might actually take this here.
Ooh.
Not to be rude or anything, but he's actually ended up beating SM Robo, who was proven to be better than Rich Potato.
I think you mean Badger.
And Misfire did that a lot of the time, so this could be a really, really close match, but I think that Misfire will have a stronger chance of winning this.
Yeah, he got through Charging Badger just last week, who dominantly finished Potato and Robo, which was pretty nuts. So, this is probably the closest match Potato's going to be in, where it's very, very close to even odds.
And honestly, although he had a strong reign, I think Rich Potato, although a great player, his reign has come to an end.
Ooh.
With all the new kind of buffs coming in, it just seems like it's been a bit too difficult for him to keep up with everything.
Sure.
But he is a great player, and I do believe that he has he has potential for top 3. No doubt about that. He is a very strong player, and he's very, very good at what he does. But just in this case, definitely Misfire is going to take him.
All right, fair enough. Now, the next match would be your match, but let's save that match for last. Let's look at this. Let's look at the last match. That's actually Wrath of Cause that you've taken on and you actually beat last week. And Zweistein, who eliminated you from the quarterfinals in the June tournament. They're now facing for the second time ever. Their first matches were actually with each other. So, you faced both. What do you think's going to happen? Who do you think's more likely to get the win here?
As long as he doesn't have his has fixed up his deck, I actually believe that Wrath of Core might actually win this.
Ooh, very interesting. Yes, he did make that deck building mistake. I'm not sure how much that would have changed the outcome, but it was definitely a solid mistake. Zweistein definitely is. Yeah, definitely.
He easily beat the Trojan part of my deck, and he was very, very prepared for any scenario where he actually had to try and get rid of a monster, or done my kind of strategy of trying to get rid of that monster or trying to get rid of the effect. not fact, specialty.
Yeah.
And that could be the downfall of, I can't pronounce his name.
Zweistein.
Zweistein. Because, so I feel like this would be a really interesting matchup to watch.
Sure.
But I also think that Rathafkor will probably easily take this.
Ooh, interesting. All right. Well, let's get to your match, saving that one for last. This is an opponent you've never beaten. Your first match with him was a draw. Very close draw. He definitely had you on the ropes, but you were able to get to a draw. Second match, he got the win, but now you've got buffed to Roshan. So you're also now both obviously undefeated in this season. Definitely really important that you stay undefeated because a win here potentially takes you right to the title. How are you feeling going into this matchup, knowing this is somebody you've never really taken down before? How are you going to approach this?
I'm very confident. I'm really hoping it's going to be like the scenarios of the 3 times reverse charging Badger, where it's kind of like a rotation of wave.
Yeah, it was definitely
Because so I think really honestly, it's kind of my turn to win against him. And honestly, he's a great opponent to verse against. He is very interesting in the way he plays, but I think that I will have potential to possibly take him down this week.
Interesting. He's definitely done a couple deck changes as well. You guys, I remember, were both outside the, skirting around the top 8 when you first met, and now you guys battled when you guys were like, your top 8, top 5 kind of region. Now you're basically top 4, top 3. It's like you guys have evolved together as a long-standing rivalry as you get to the top. Especially, I know the Trojans have got a large buff, but it's definitely got to be putting a little bit of pressure, because you know that if you lose this one, it's going to be a lot harder to redeem yourself, at least in the following matchups. Obviously, you can come back, but the gravity where the winner actually gets the next title shot has got to be a little bit tricky.
Yeah, I've seen what's on the line, and I'm really, really wanting to hit that goal of being in a title match, because I believe then I will also be the first female player to actually reach title match. Is that correct?
Yes, you would be, yes.
Which would be quite cool to achieve, so...
definitely.
Even if I don't end up winning that title match, it would still be a great honour to be making that part of history in this great card game.
Well, I appreciate that. Another big thing is, the Misfire Potato matchup is actually quite big for you, because should Potato lose, not only, let's say you win and Potato loses, not only would you be getting that title shot versus Misfire, an opponent you've already beaten, you would also become the highest ranked Australian in the MonTac ladder. What do you think about that?
That's gonna be cool.
Fair enough. But yes,
because I believe I already had that chance to actually try and achieve that, but then I ended up missing it when I lost to Zeinstein in the finals, which was quite disappointing, I will admit, and it did take me a bit just to regain that confidence.
Yeah.
But now that I have regained that confidence, I am really, really, really aiming for that goal of being the best Australian. Mm-hmm. So. All
right. Well, let's just do one. Let's do one last thing. Quick fire. I'm gonna name the match. You tell me who you think's gonna win. Sound good?
Yep.
All right. Danby versus Crowler. Who do you got? Rank 14 versus rank 19.
I think Danby.
Danby? Alright then, Rookie's going to get the nod. Tamoose versus Charging Badger. Rank 6 versus rank 16. Who you got?
Tamoose, probably.
Tamoose? You think Tamoose is going to beat Badger?
Yeah.
Interesting. Alright, Tailsweep versus Fury Card. Rank 18 versus rank 20.
It would be interesting to see Fury Card win here.
Alright, you think Fury Card's going to get it?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's go Squishy Doozy. Who do you think's going to win? Rank 7 versus rank 5. Squishy. Alright, fair enough. Alright, and then Misfire Rich Potato.
Misfire
all the way. Alright then. And then, of course, I assume you'd have to be backing yourself for your own match.
Me.
All right, let's get to the final match: Wrath of Cause vs Weistein, real quick.
Wrath of Cause.
Wrath of Cause, interesting. Alrighty then, so that was the first MonTac matchup. Thank you, Shadow Galaxy Wolf, for taking part in the interview and giving your picks. It's much appreciated, and taking time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. Alrighty then, this has been Tom. I will see you guys all next week with a whole new guest. Have a great day. Bye.